Welcome back to my Canada Immigration Explore YouTube channel. This channel is about all Canada immigration and educational video, but I also love to make videos about taxes because I am a self-employed person and have to pay taxes, and you seem to really like these videos, so I thought I would make a just quick video showing you how to register for GST HST if you are a small business owner and recently had to sign up for a new GST HST account. There's a lot to discuss, but one of the things that you have to do is sign up for a new GST HST account under that new business, so I thought might as well while I have to do it, I'll just make a video showing you what it looks like so you have an idea of what you're getting yourself into now. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Let's get to this video about just how to register for GST HST, so let's get into. So first, you're going to go to this main page of the Canada Revenue Agency CRA website. I'm going to link to it in the description for this video so you can find it very easily, and then you're going to scroll down to where it says GST HST, and when you get to this page, here's of course more information about when to register, so make sure to fully understand if it is time for you to register for GST HST. We're going to just click on this link, open or manage an account. Now when we get to this page, of course it has more information that you need to know about registering for a GST HST account, such as what's your effective date of registration, fiscal year for the GST HST purposes, total annual revenue, basic information, all that good stuff, so make sure to read this. I already know all this stuff, so I'm just gonna bypass it, and you can register for an account by mail or fax or telephone. I'm going to show you how to do it online, which I think is quite honestly the easiest way to do it, so we're going to just click on this link. And then we get to this page and we're going to scroll down to this part where it says business registration online, and we're going to click register, and then we get to this page and we are just going to click register now. This is where we're going to start putting in our personal information. As you may remember from that previous page, it did say, are you like the business owner? I am the business owner, and so the next question it's going to ask is to put in your social insurance number, so I'm going to do that and then cut to the next page. Then you get to this page where you have to put in more of your personal information, such as your last name, date of birth and your postal code, and so I'm going to do that and then cut to the next page. So the next page is this disclaimer page, so make sure to read it before clicking on it, agree, but once you have read it just go I agree, so you can move forward. Next, more personal information to confirm your identity, so it's going to ask about your location. A telephone number. So I'm going to fill in my information and go to the next page. Next, there's this page on determining registration requirements. It asks you to select which situation applies to you. I already have a business number. I need a business number now. If you are a sole proprietor, just doing your business under your personal legal name, then most likely you do not have a business number. You will need to get a business number before moving forward and registering for GST HST, but if you're a sole proprietor and you did register your business name, then you will already have a business number, so you can click on I already have a business number for me because I incorporated. I did get a business number, so I'm going to leave this checked and click next. You get to this page where you have to put in your business number and also choose what kind of business you are running. So for me, I have a corporation, and I will just type in my business number here. Next, you have to fill in this information, and if you want to know more about what do they actually mean by legal name, just click on here. So it says for sole proprietor individual, use the same name as on your individual tax return. For partnership, the business legal name consists of the names of the partners if your partnership's business is registered with the provincial or territorial authority. You can register your business number using that same name, and for a corporation the name must be registered as it appears on the certificate of incorporation. So for me, I have a brand new name for my business, how that I've incorporated, so my name for my business is it.so Collection Inc., and that's what I'm going to put in right there. So going below here is asking me a few important details about my business. Let's see what it's asking. Jurisdiction. Okay, so it's asking you've incorporated. Did you incorporate provincially or federally, or you could do a foreign corporation. For me, actually did a federal corporation. Next, it's asking for my certificate number, so I'll click on that. It says the number is provided by the corporate registry, and it is located on the articles or certificate of incorporation. So I will find out what that is and I'll type that in there. Next is asking for owner number, one's first name and last name and social insurance number, and if there are further owners you can put all of their information there. How you can have several owners, that's a lot of owners. Luckily it's just me, so I don't have too much information to put in there. And lastly, put in your postal code. Next it is saying that yes, they do have a business number that matches the business information provided. I guess wanting to let me know that's the right business number. So I'm going to click next, and then we get to this page. Select one program account with the CRA to begin registration. The program accounts already registered in the session are displayed. So it looks like you actually have quite a bit of options if you want. You can register for a payroll deductions account, GST HST account, import-export account, charities account, information returns account, but we just want to do the GST HST account today, so I'm going to click here. Next it's just asking for a little bit more information about my business, so it says select items that apply to the business. GST HST account, address in Quebec, that is not me. Plan to sell or provide goods or services in Canada. That is me. Operate a taxi, limousine or commercial ride-sharing service. Nope. Is a non-resident. No, that is not me. Is a public service body. Not me. All the goods sold or services are exempt from GST. That is not me. So this is the only one that applies to me, so I'm going to click on next. Next it's saying the following questions determine if the business needs a GST HST program account to provide the information to continue registration. So it's asking what's the actual annual worldwide and domestic GST HST taxable sales. So I'm going to click on here just so we can have more information. It says to enter the amount of your worldwide sales including sales in Canada of taxable goods and services, and below it asks what's the actual annual domestic GST HST taxable sales. Just click on this to see what it says. Canadian domestic sales are GST HST taxable goods and services exported from or provided in Canada. And lastly, provide the account effective date, year, month, days. The effective date of registration is important because it helps set up your reporting requirements. It is usually the date the application is received, but the CRA will accept an earlier effective date provided that the date is within 30 days of when the registration was made and not more than 109 days in the future. For more information go to this link. Perfect. So I'm going to fill in my information and go to the next page. Next it is asking what kind of rewarding period do I want. I'm just going to click on this to see what it says. So it says your sales amount will determine how many times a year you have to file GST HST to returns. You can click on this link for more info. So, for example, the first year when I was a sole proprietor that I registered for GST HST, I only had to file and pay my GST HST annually, and then once I started earning more business revenue then they required me to do it quarterly. I'm just going to preemptively choose quarterly because I'm now used to it, so I actually kind of like doing it quarterly, so that's what I have chosen. Next it's asking what is my fiscal year. End the month and day. Now for me, I like keeping things simple. I like to have basically my business year from January 1st to December 31st, so that's what I'm going to keep it as here. My fiscal year end is December 31. Stall right now. I'm going to click next. We're getting there. So account name, let's see what does it mean by that. You can name your program account for personal reference, so it's whatever I want. I'm just going to call it the exact name of my business just to keep it clear and concise. And language preferences English. Next. So apparently it cannot be your legal name, so I'm just going to shorten it to A to Z collection, and I'm going to click next and hopefully that works. And next, provide address information for the business. I'm going to choose my country Canada and put in my postal code. OK, so now it's asking for me to filling the care of, and let's just see what that says. Enter the name of an individual when mail is to be directed to a specific person within the company. Well, I'm going to put in my name then, and then it's asking me for more specific information about my street number and my address, so I'm going to fill that in on my own. Next it is asking if my physical location is the same as my mailing address, and it is not, so I'm going to click on no. The address that I provided, my mailing address, is actually a specific one I have registered for my corporation. It is not the same as my home address. I'd like to keep those things separate, and also I just don't want people to know exactly where I live because that sounds like I'm just asking for some problems. So I'm going to click on next. So here it is asking for my physical location, and I'm going to click none of the above, and I'm going to enter a new address so they know where my actual physical location is. So I just have to go through all this again. I'm going to put in my home address and then I'll jump to the next section. Next it is asking me to add my email address, and yes, I would like to register my email address. Now looks like you can put a few, which is great. It's always good to have a backup, so I'm going to put in my main email address and some additional backup email addresses. I think we're getting to the end, so it is saying to confirm all of my details, so all of this information is the stuff that I just put in. I'm going to look through it myself. Obviously this is personal information, so I cannot reveal this info to you, but I'm just going to look it over and see if it is all accurate, and so I've looked through all of this, all looks accurate to me. So I'm going to click on confirm. Next, as it kind of says up here, the information on this page will not be mailed by the CRA. To have a copy for your own records, you will need to print the page, so highly recommend that you do that. If you go to the bottom you can see this print button, or you can just go right click and print it to a PDF or print a paper copy. So there's one last thing that you want to do before finishing everything up, which is creating your CRA My Business account. Again, I will link to this page in the description of this video, but it's very easy to find. If you just Google CRA My Business account, it will pop right up, but just go below here and you'll see the different options you have in registering your account. You can use a sign in a partner like a bank, or you can just create a CRA user ID and password. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on CRA register. Then it's going to ask for you to validate your identity by putting in some of your personal information, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll show you the next page. So next you'll get to this page where it's asking you for some more personal information like your postal code, date of birth, and a very specific question about your latest tax return that only you or your accountant should know, so make sure to fill in this information and then click next when you're done. Next it has information about the CRA security code notification, so if you need to update your address or direct deposit information with the CRA, or if you would like to take advantage of the other services offered by My Business account or the other CRA login services, you will need to enter security code. If your mailing address changed, it is important that we have your new mailing address on file, so you must contact us to give your new address before you continue with this process. So as a security measure, we will mail your CRA security code to the address you have on record with the CRA. You should receive it within 10 days. So with that I'm going to click on next. Next page it says once you have completed this process you should receive your CRA security code by mail within 10 days. We will mail it to the address we have on file for you, and then it's just asking to confirm your postal code to make sure that it's going to go to the right place, and then I'm going to click on next. Now it's asking you to create your CRA user ID and password, so this should be something that you keep somewhere safe. I mean, this is why I'm a big fan of using a password manager. I personally use 1Password, have for years. It is great to keep all that information super safe, so make sure to choose a user ID and password that only you know and it's hard to crack. Next it is asking you to create some security questions and answers, and so as you can see you have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different questions and answers. So once you're done all that, then click on next. So there are a few pages I just skipped past, like the terms and conditions, and then I want to verify my phone number as a kind of two-factor authentication. Now I'm at this page where it says enter your business number notification to complete the registration process for My Business account. You will be asked to enter your CRA security code during your next login, so obviously I have to wait at least 10 business days in order to receive that. You will not be able to access My Business account until you have completed this process. Okay, well I guess we're just going to have to wait, so I'm going to click on continue. And that's it, you have successfully closed your secure session with the CRA, and just click on exit. And so yeah, that's it, you've got at least your login, your password. You're just waiting for that security code, and once you get it then you can try logging in again, putting in your security code, and then you will have access to your My Business account, which is helpful, so you can then file and pay your GST HST. In the end, I would like to request you please like the video and subscribe Canada Immigration Explore YouTube channel, and also share this video to your friends and family members. Thank you, see you in the next video, take care.